Okay, so I just watched a video, and it's a video that kind of touches my heart, so I want to speak on it. So it could be a real person, it could be AI, I'm not sure, but it was a gentleman, senior gentleman by the name of Harold, who was talking about parents calling their kids, chasing their kids, waiting for their kids to call them, to text them, to say, "Hey dad, how's it going?" Right? You leave them messages, say, "Hey, just checking on you, call me back." And they don't call back, right? They don't text you. And he said he worked 40 years in the plant, he fed his kids, he gave them his knees, his back, his time, he cheered for them in the stands, he froze outside waiting for them, he did all these things to be present. And he said he's not a perfect parent, but he did his best. Now his kids are grown and he's at home, and he said the loudest sound is the silence of his cell phone. Now, having a soft spot for kids, I understand what it's like when they're little. They need you constantly. They call your name constantly. They ask for your help all the time. Then they get to this independent stage where they don't want to ask for your help. Even if they need your help, they don't want to ask. They just want to do it on their own because they can do it by themselves, and you have to let them, and then be there to guide them if they need help, encourage them, and then they go through other stages where they'll ask for your help and your guidance, but then they may not take your advice. They may just be like, "Well, I know that's what you would do, but I'm going to do something else." And you got to be able to let them do that. And then they get married, they go off, they have their own families. Hopefully you're still close and you still communicate, and they can still come to you and ask you questions and check up on you and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Or give you a hug and tell you that you are loved and all these things. And the truth of it is, my littles are still little, so I am not in the same space as Harold, but I have adult parents, and I have seniors that I love and care for. And I've heard this before, where they say, you're the only person who'll check up on me, or, you're the only person who'll call me back, or sometimes I'll wait weeks to hear back from somebody, or did I do something? And it kind of makes me sad, because you have these loving, giving, faithful parents who grow up, and now their kids are grown and their kids are busy. And I get it. Like, I'm busy. I get it. I know. There are times when I'm supposed to call and I don't, or times when I want to call and by the time I look, it's so late or so early in the morning, I don't want to disturb the rest. And I get it. Life happens. We get busy. We can make excuses. We can have actual reasons, not just excuses. I mean, it's true. Yeah. But when you stop and you think about it, what's going on that we can't check up on the people who sacrificed everything for us? Is our day so full and so busy that we can't say, okay, in my brain, every Tuesday, every Sunday, every Wednesday, every whatever day, I'm going to call my mom, I'm going to call my dad, I'm going to call my granny, I'm going to call teacher so-and-so or pastor so-and-so or whomever it is that sacrificed to check up on me when I was in need. I'm going to make it my business to call them every week and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Right? I'm going to call them multiple times because I know that they're older. By the time they realize the phone is ringing, they might take a little bit extra time to find the phone, remember where they put it, and then to answer the phone. So I may call that senior a couple times, 2 or 3 times, and then give them some time and then call them again. Because I understand sometimes they don't see as well. Sometimes their fingers don't answer the phone as fast, And it's nothing special about me. It's not. It's just that I'm seeing what happens when you get older. And I want to encourage my seniors out here, please don't feel like you're pitiful or that you're a burden or that you're not loved. That's so far from the truth. You are so loved and valued, but it's up to us to show you that. It's up to us to let you know that we love you and that you're not a burden, and that we enjoy speaking with you and spending time with you, and that the wisdom you have is priceless to us, right? The time that we get to spend with you, the time our kids get to spend with you, these are precious moments that we do not take for granted. Harold said something He said, forgive yourself. Like, if you did something and your kids are making you pay for it 30 years later, like, there's nothing you can do about that. And he's right. He's right. Because we wouldn't want our parents to punish us for something we did 30 years ago. So what are we doing punishing them for something that they did 30 years ago? And I know I've made mistakes. I'm going to say I have made mistakes. But God has forgiven me, right? I have done my best to be a better person than who I was when I was making those choices. And I've asked God to forgive me for those decisions that I made. And some of the decisions that I didn't make, but that were made for me, right? But you got to forgive yourself. You have got to forgive yourself. You have to. You have to accept the fact that forgiveness and salvation is free. You ask God for forgiveness, He forgives you. You ask Him to help you to be better, He helps you to be better. And then be better. And that's it. Forgive yourself and understand that you are still loved. That yes, you messed up. Yes, you can't change your past, but you sure can make choices today to help make a positive difference, right? If you went through some stuff, help encourage somebody else that you know was going through some stuff. And you'll know. God will show you. Open your eyes to them right away, because your spirit will understand. Your spirit will see and sense what that is. And you can say, can I pray for you? Or I remember when, and just give a little bit of encouragement, right? You don't have to feel useless because you're not in the situation, but you can pray for the person and God hears your prayers. You can just make yourself available if they need you, right? For seniors who are constantly calling and texting, please don't give up on us. Wayward children, don't feel like you're less than because we don't do what we're supposed to do to reach out and let you know that we love you. Please forgive us for not appreciating you while you're here. Like, I've seen so many people cry because they have to bury their loved ones and they're like, oh, I can't remember the last time. But if they had another day, or they wish for 5 more minutes with their so-and-so. And you know what? They mean it sincerely. They genuinely wish they had that extra 5 minutes. So if you're watching this video and you have someone in your life that is alive, that you could call and say, hey, Mom, how you doing? Hey, Dad, how you doing? Did you miss me? I constantly say that, right? Do it. Do it. Because tomorrow is not promised. And if you take today for granted, and then tomorrow comes and you want to cry crocodile tears because you wasted time feeling a how, feeling too good, feeling not good enough, feeling sad, feeling mad, like whatever it is you're feeling, feel it. It's okay to feel. Be honest about how you feel, and then build a bridge. Fix that relationship, Forgive the person. Like, if you have to forgive and move on, okay. Forgive and move on, because some people are toxic and they don't need to be a part of your life, and that's okay, right? Forgive and move forward, right? And if you can forgive and build a bridge, forgive and build a bridge. Let God do what He does, because there are things He does I can't understand it, but when He does them, they're really well done. My seniors, my heart is still out there for you. Like, just know that you're loved and you're appreciated, and the sacrifices that you made still make a difference today. The prayers that you pray for your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren, the children in your community, the young men and women around you, they don't always get recognized, right? Because you don't always tell us that you're praying for us. You don't always show that you're doing all these things behind the scene, but God knows, and it is felt. And there are people who are in tune who really want you to know that you are loved. So reach out to those people. Don't keep chasing the ones who continuously break your heart, because I would tell my kids, people are going to show you who they are, and when they do, believe them, right? If I'm constantly coming to you, and you constantly ignore me, and you constantly take me for granted, I'm going to say, okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Clearly, I'm not the one that's important to you, and that's fine. I don't need to be important to everybody, but I will take my lesson, and then I can choose to keep giving and hope that one day that will change, or give in a different direction, right? Where it's going to be valued and appreciated. Because I don't want my children to think in this world that you just pour from your cup until you're empty. Because God will fill your cup. He will. And He will give you so that you can give to others, right? Because He calls us to do work, and He enables us with everything we need in order to do that work. At the same time, we're human beings. And sometimes we just need a hug. We just need a thank you, or I appreciate that, or I missed you, or I'm praying for you, or something. So thank you to Mr. Harold for that video. And thank you to my adopted auntie, Miss Demetria, for sending me the video, actually putting it in the group with all of our children so that I could see the video and hear the words of this senior. I'm sorry for not calling as often as I'd like to call or should. And I'm grateful for the seniors that God placed in my life, for all of my church family, and, my stranger family, the people that I can uplift and encourage online, who can uplift and encourage me. Let's remember that this life is for living. Because once we're gone, we're gone. But while we're here, we can make a difference. So let's make a positive difference and not just tear each other down, but kind of lift each other up. And if maybe you have a senior in your life that doesn't belong to you, but that you can love on and pray for and call and check on, adopt a senior. When I was a kid, we had this thing called adopt a grandparent. And you'd go to the nursing home, you'd write letters, and you'd be a pen pal with a senior who was kind of forgotten, right? And I remember my adopted grandparent was a lady named Beatrice, and she was 96 years old. She was a former slave. She had raised her children, and she was just alone. She was by herself in this nursing home. And I have no idea how I got in that adopted grandparent program, but I remember making cards for Miss Beatrice, and I remember her bittersweet smiling when I would give her the cards. She appreciated the cards that I gave her, but I could see, I wasn't her grandbaby, excuse me, and I could see the hurt that, she was forgotten. So it kind of made me tenderhearted for these seniors who know that they're by themselves. If you can make a difference, make a difference. If you have your mom and your dad, you better hug them. You better kiss them. You better call them and text them and tell them you love them. And annoy them too. Make sure that they're taking their medicine and they're not eating too much bread. And show up and help them clean something every now and again. Do their nails for them. They're going to complain about certain things, and it's okay. They're allowed to complain, because I'm sure you complained about things too. But love the people that God put in your life, because that's what you're supposed to do. And when they love you, say thank you. Say thank you, right? They didn't have to love you. They didn't have to show up for you. They don't have to care whether or not you're wrapping up your neck and covering yourself up before you go outside. They don't have to tell you that it's about to be a storm and make sure you have supplies. They're doing that because they love you and they care for you. So don't take them for granted, because you don't want to be the one calling and crying crocodile tears because you could have, you should have, and you would have when you didn't. So make better choices. All these people out here, all these likes, all these subscribers, that's nice. But it's the ones who stood with you, the ones who cried with you, the friends who you don't even have to say anything. You just pick up the phone and they're like, I know. Make sure that they know that you love them, right? And say thank God. If you have family that's not family, that adopted family is still family. It counts. So love them up too, right? Your mother and your brother and your sister and your uncle and your cousins and all these people from another. Say thank God for them. I hope this message helps somebody and blesses somebody. For all the Mr. Harolds and Mrs. Harolds out there, be encouraged. Thank you for your sacrifices, and thank you for checking up on us. Please don't give up on us. Pray for us. Call us once in a while. But yes, don't chase us, because you deserve better than that. And for us who are making you feel like you're chasing us, I'm sorry. I'm sorry on behalf of all of us. Please forgive us. We're going to do better. And by God's grace, we will do better. I hope this message helps you. I hope that you know that you're loved, forgiven, and it's not too late. If you're alive, you can make a change. So why wait for too late, right? I always say that. A better tomorrow begins today. Monique Noel-Gunter here saying, make it a good day. Make a positive difference. Rise and shine. Make a difference. What can I say? 2020 in hindsight, right? You only see looking back clearly. Going forward is kind of tricky sometimes. So let God lead you. And when He gives you instructions, just trust Him. All right, I'm going to stop talking now, but God bless you and good night.